Welcome to Circuit King. In today's video, we have HP motherboard here, and here is the part number. Okay, so here is the part number, and the customer sent it this way to us, just the motherboard. So I don't know what's wrong with this board, but I want to share the process of repairing it with you. So join me as we troubleshoot together. On my charger, I have 19.7. Plug in, nothing happened. So on the 19 volt, on the DC, this is the 19 volt pin, and we have 0 volt. We have 0 volt here. So meaning that we are not having the current not flowing through the power of the DC jack. So that's why we have 0 volt here. Alright, so for we to be sure of that, let's switch to diode mode. So let's check with diode mode. Let's check that pin. Alright, as you can see, we have short on that pin. So this is the 19 volt parallel, and we have short on the 19 volt parallel. And here is the first switching MOSFET. Here is the second switching MOSFET, and you have your protection diode here. Let me zoom in so you can have a clear picture of what I'm explaining. So as I was saying, so here is the 19 volts power rail. Here is the main input line. As you can see, this is the track, the main input track. So here is the first switching MOSFET. Here is the second switching MOSFET. Here is a protection diode. You understand, that protect the system, the entire part of the board from current spike. This is what protects it. So if this is shorted, we will not have current flowing through this motherboard. So we have to check if this diode is shorted. Alright, so we have the meter on screen. Okay. So as you can see, that diode is shorted. So checking the first MOSFET. The first MOSFET is shorted. Checking the second MOSFET. The second MOSFET is fine. So go ahead to replace the diode and the second MOSFET. But at times, this alone can affect the first MOSFET for it to read as short. You understand? So what we're going to do, we'll replace or take out this diode first, then we test the board again. So all right, so the diode is out. So let's test this diode first. All right, so let's. All right, so. All right, so we have the diode in front of my multimeter screen. So I want you to see for yourself. As you can see, that diode is completely shorted. So um let's put that aside. So let's check that space we took it out from, if we still have short on that track. All right, so that track is free. There is no short. So let's check the first switching MOSFET. All right, the first switching MOSFET is fine. The first switching MOSFET is fine. Let me put the meter on screen. Let's put it on screen. Okay. So let's test again. Okay. Switching the probes. We can see, so we have a reading on the first MOSFET. So we have 442 on the first MOSFET, and on the second MOSFET is fine. So that was the problem. This was the problem. The protection diode. So it's out. So we're going to replace it now. All right. So as you can see, I have um, I have different protection diodes here. Okay. So I'll be using this one. I'll be using this one. Okay. Always take note of the marking. So this way we have the marking here. All right. All right. So the diode is in place. Okay. All right. Plugging in charger. Okay. No light on the indicator. So let's see. All right. So we have 19.4 volt as the main power input now. On the output, we have 19.4. As then on the input of the first, the second current, second MOSFET, we have 19 volts, and on the output we have 19.4 volts. So that's for it. So on the diode we have 19.4 volts. So this board should be working. So let's check for 3 volt, 5 volt on this board. So over here we should be having 3 volt and 5 volt. Okay, so let's check. So we have 0 volt there, we have 0 volt, we have 0 volt, we have 0 volt. Okay. On the BIOS, we have 0 volt. Since something is getting hot on this board. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Something is getting hot. The storage is getting hot. So we have a faulty storage here. The storage is bad. All right. Something is getting hot and I can't really spot out that very component that is heating up. So I'll come with my candle wax here. Let's apply on the component. Let's see. Okay. All right. I found it. All right. So this is what is getting hot on this motherboard. So that IC is burned, and that's a MOSFET. So that MOSFET is burned. So I'll go ahead and replace that MOSFET. All right. So MOSFET is out. Before now, everything around that area was getting hot, so I could not even identify the exact component was heating up. So I was thinking it's the chip, the storage chip that was heating up because the place was just too hot that I could not place my finger. So this is the MOSFET that is burned. So so after fixing the power input, replacing the protection diode, so I discovered that the motherboard was heating up the component around this exit. So as we troubleshoot further, we realized that this one here was a particular component that was heating up. So let's go ahead and replace it.